What is up, y'all? It's your boy Winston Wolf. I'm back. I just want to do a quick video. So let's talk about an oldie but goodie. I don't even want to say goodie because it is great. It's an oldie but greaty. You can use that if you want. As terrible as it is, you have my permission to use that. Go ahead. But last night my old girlfriend came over and we watched Halloween, and boy did she come over. But we watched Halloween for the millionth time last night, and there's a billion Halloween reviews out there, probably more than that, but there hasn't been a review of Halloween done by me, okay? No, I'm kidding. This is going to be terrible. Probably the worst Halloween review you've ever seen. But hey, you're not here for quality. You're here for friendship, because we're friends. So I'm not going to get into the plot, everything. You already know it. You already seen it a million times. I'm just going to talk about the stuff that I like about it, okay? Because I'm selfish like that. So, number one, Nick Castle. He plays the Shape, a.k.a. Michael Myers, in this movie. Nick Castle, I don't know if he wrote, but he directed The Boy Who Could Fly, which for some reason in school, we watched that 3 years in a row in elementary school. I have no idea what the message is supposed to be. If that, special needs people have secret mutant abilities, so be nice to them or else they can kill you. I don't know what the message was supposed to be and why we watched it 3 years in a row. But more importantly, Nick Castle directed The Last Starfighter. The Last Starfighter, we're going to get off in a little side tangent here, but The Last Starfighter, they really need to remake that. Keep the original footage, but just remake all the CGI stuff and just re-release it. Do all the stuff where you remaster the music, you clean up the film, all that kind of stuff. But that movie is so underrated, and I don't think it's forgotten about by people that actually care and love movies, especially 80s movies. But there's a whole nother audience that could be introduced to this. But I think that a lot of parents, they'll want to show it to their young kids. I think the first thing that would stand up is just how bad the CGI is. I mean, at the time it was cutting edge, but I just think if you tried to show it to a kid today, that the whole message and the whole charm of the movie, it would pass them by. So they would really have to fix that. And right there, you would just, I don't know, that's one of my dream projects that I would love to see before I croak, is them do a total The Last Starfighter remaster. I think it would be money, definitely. I mean, at least, a Blu-ray release of it. Come on now, knock it off. I took a couple notes because, I'm so professional in the way I do this. So, speaking of Nick Castle, they also brought him back for the Kenny Powers Halloween, if you didn't know. They didn't, to play Michael Myers. They didn't bring him back to play every single Michael Myers. They had two people. I forgot who the other dude was. But they did bring Nick Castle, just to... And that's how you know Kenny Powers is... I can't even remember the dude's real name. The dude that played Kenny Powers. I love the dude with the mullet. Oh my God, I can't even think of his name. But that's how you know he's a real fan. That they brought Nick Castle back and they were like, you know what, we know you can't do the physical stuff, but damn it, we got to have you in here some way. Pause. And this review is going great so far, by the way. Just in case you thought it wasn't. It is. It's going real good. So I want to talk about just a couple nitpicky things, and I hate to even do it because John Carpenter is, to me, Escape from New York is my favorite movie of all time. Flat out. He is, The Thing is the greatest horror movie of all time. So for me to nitpick, I hate even doing it, even though he doesn't know I exist and it doesn't matter to anybody that I nitpick. I still feel guilty about it because I love that man so much. Pause. So there's a part where Jamie Lee is sitting in class. She looks across the street. She sees Michael Myers. He's just standing there staring directly at her. She looks for a second. The teacher says something. She's like, huh? Turns back to the teacher. I think she glances one more time, maybe, back out the window. But just the reaction is so unrealistic. If I was sitting in class and I just peeked out the window and there was some dude the size of Michael Myers, the size of Michael Myers, wearing that mask, staring directly at me already before I even lock eyes with him, there's going to be a whole nother reaction. And it's not going to be, huh? Oh, wow, that's cool. And just turn back to the teacher. Oh, man, the chick with the pigtails, I forget her real name. Anyways, you know who I'm talking about. So they find out that the little girl in the house that they're at, the babysitting house, blah, 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 whatever, they're gone. Her and the boyfriend go upstairs to bang. They go to the Michael Myers first-person view of it. He comes in the room or the house, sees the boyfriend immediately putting his clothes back on and leaves. That is the definition of a two-pump chump. That is sad. All right, I don't know what did he go in his pants and then was just like, I'm sorry, you got to wait another half an hour before I can reload. So I'm gonna run to the store and get us some beverages. I don't know, but that being a red-blooded heterosexual man, that definitely stood out to me as somebody that wasn't representing us very well. Um, when Laurie, I think that's Jamie Lee Curtis's name. I'm ashamed that I don't know her first name, but I believe it's Laurie Strode. But when Michael Myers is chasing her, she goes to the neighbor's house and she's just banging on the door, and the neighbors like look out do one of these with the shades, like, who's out there? Turn the lights on, and they see she's freaking out, she needs help. They immediately cut the lights off, and they're like, nah. You could tell they just moved to the suburbs from Chicago. That's a straight up Chicago response to something like that. Like, nope, none of my business. Please go away. Um, but one of the things that I really love about this, and I had to show my girlfriend last night, not that she gave a damn. She was just like, start the movie. I don't care about deleted scenes. But the deleted scene where Loomis goes and talks to to the board of the hospital about them keeping Michael Myers there and not having enough security. And then after he talks with him, he goes and visits Michael in his cell. And he's just a young little boy. And he tells him, he's like, you have him fooled, but you don't have me fooled. What he's stressing to that, to the board of directors or whatever about how dangerous he is, I want to know what, and I think they touched on that in the Rob Zombie Halloween. They got more into the childhood Michael Myers, but I saw both of his Halloween movies in the movie theater, and I can't remember anything. I thought they were absolutely terrible. But I would like to see John Carpenter. I'm kind of skipping ahead to what I wanted to end the video with. But I would love to, because John Carpenter, it's sad that he just doesn't care anymore. He just chain smokes cigarettes and plays video games and collects his royalty checks. But I would love to see John Carpenter come back and do either a really low budget, and the reason I want a low budget is because that's where I think those directors shine the most. A really low budget movie about young Michael Myers and his relationship with Loomis and what Loomis sees in him to be that frightened of a little boy. I know me and maybe two other people would be interested in that movie, but I don't care. I want to see that movie. Also, I would love to see, and some people hate it, some people like it, the whole Thorn cult thing. And the reason I would like to see John Carpenter touch on the whole Thorn cult and do something about that is because Prince of Darkness, I love that movie. The whole concept of them getting messages from the future about this, impending Armageddon and all this, and just everything about that movie, that's one of my favorite John Carpenter movies, but it's one of his least successful movies. But just the whole concept and, a lot of the ideas in that I really, really love, and I wish more directors and writers would touch upon that. I don't know if that's pause worthy, but I'm going to say pause. But I would love to see John Carpenter do those two movies. But I'm really interested in that deleted scene and what Loomis, why he was so scared of this little boy. That piques my interest so much. And what else? Oh, the music, the last thing. That's in every John Carpenter movie. Maybe not like Ghost of Mars and movies like that, but when John Carpenter was in his prime, the music in his movies, that's a character all its own right there. That's without that music, those movies don't fly. All right? And even when and then you talk about The Thing, and he brought in I think that's how you say his name, Ennio Morricone, who did the spaghetti western. The music for the spaghetti westerns. Come on. Think, idiot! So, even though he brought him in, you could tell he listened to a lot of what John Carpenter did and still, wanted to have that element of John Carpenter-ism. So even though it was a whole nother composer, it still had that John Carpenter feel in it. And why did it take 4 damn minutes for me to just get that? Yo, I suck at this, all right? Thank you for hanging in there with me. Seriously. For you to be friends with somebody that sucks this bad, I appreciate it. If you ever need help moving, let me know. Halloween, 0 to 10 dog bones. I can't even give a John Carpenter movie in his prime. I'm not going to limit something like Dune. I couldn't limit that, to my dog bone rating because it was just too good. John Carpenter, I'm not even going to insult that man by trying to rate his body of work is Hall of Fame. It's classic. Again, my favorite movie is Escape from New York. This man is a god amongst the earth, God walking on earth, whatever you want to say. There's not enough dog bones I could give this man in a rating to tell you how great Halloween in his career is. So I'm just not going to do it. But Halloween, if you haven't seen it, you're a sad individual. I'm not lying. I am very disappointed in you.